this time of day. But close it up.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks so much.
And we'll sell you a case if you want.
What's that?
Are you from the?
Oh yeah, from the paper show.
Yeah, I was just over there.
Did you go?
Yeah.
Oh good. I was wondering if they promoted that to anybody here.
No, they didn't.
They didn't. They should have done.
Yeah,
because,
they should have maybe put a blurb in there.
They could have had a free. I think everybody could have gotten free admission to go. I mean, they should have worked it out.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people here have no idea.
They don't have to.
And it would have been great. They would have loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Slow over there.
yeah, that's going on. I'm actually, I'm with my father over there, but I'm more interested in World War II history than hanging out over there. So.
Well, this is the 4th Marine Division reunion. It's a national reunion from, these guys were all on Iwo Jima, and Saipan, Tinian, and Roy Namur, the 3 battles. Now the division is not active anymore. It's inactive. They disbanded the division right after World War II. But they have it in reserve. All the reserve units are 4th Marine Division reserve units, and so they have this. This is like there isn't anybody here. If they're under 75, they're lying. It's like we disbanded 45. So.
What were you on all 4 islands?
All 4 invasions. So a lot of these guys were too.
What did you make it through without a scratch? Or?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was lucky. Of course, I was in the artillery. This guy's in the infantry, I'll tell you. You know, the 4th and a board ship on the 4th one we went to Iwo Jima. I actually got a little smart. You know, I felt so lucky. And I'm looking at these young kids. They were younger than me. At that time I was 19. February 45. But these guys they didn't know what the hell they were getting into. They were replacements, you know, like young guys. They're playing poker and shooting crap, and they're having one hell of a ball, you know, playing cards. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how many of these guys are going to make it out of there. I knew our casualties were a lot less than theirs, so I'll never forget that. I just felt kind of sorry for him or something.
This was on the ships?
Aboard the ship on our way over to Iwo Jima that I realized, you know, but I seen these kids, you know, I call them kids, but I was only a kid too. But a lot of these guys, all the infantrymen, they had it rough as hell.
Do you know any of them here? Or do you know any of the infantry guys here?
Oh yeah, quite a few of them in here that, you know, that I got acquainted with through the years. Didn't know them then,
right.
One of them. But this is a 58th reunion. Although the battle was in 1945, they didn't start the reunions until I think 48 or 49 or something.
So when you were artillery, what did that mean? You were...
Well, we were like in the back, firing ahead. Although I was in the fire direction, forward observing. You know, I had it relatively more dangerous, you might say, than the gunners. People on the guns, you know, they were relatively, like, they're getting mortar fire in, and of course.
So you didn't land, you landed though.
Yeah.
But you set up guns, it was cannons, or, I mean, more?
Yeah, it was like big, we had a 105 millimeters. We only got out of 12 guns in our 4th regiment, 4th battalion. We only got 4 guns ashore on that Iwo Jima. We tried to get ashore the first day, and they waved us off. They wouldn't let us land because the beach was just littered with. They had a beach master who was trying to direct traffic, and he just, you know, if you couldn't get ashore and land and get your gear off, he didn't want you there to clutter up the beach. So we had to go back to the ship and go back on the next day. And we had this amphibious ducks. A lot of us had them. A lot of them had. We had some of them. They had amphibious Amtrak, you know, went ashore. But those ducks were dangerous as hell. They were scary to be on. You know, they only had about a 6-inch freeboard on them, and they had big artillery guns on them, and they had to lift those guns off with the, the high-low, or not the high-low, but the.
Well, but you weren't on a duck, or you?
I wasn't. Yeah.
You were on a duck, and so that was that launched from the ship, and then you went into land, and you got waved off by the beachmaster the first day.
Right.
So you went in on the second day.
Yes. Yeah, we got ashore the second day. But you know, a lot of those, we had a couple guys we lost because they got rough, and I don't know if you knew what LST is. The front ramp goes way down, huge, and you just drive out, and you know, like a truck. Then it was able to maneuver into the water. That's the ducks. Then they had the amphibious vehicles that they could go with the tracks, and they would go ashore. But it got so damn rough, you couldn't get the vehicles back into the ship. You know, the ramps are going out. We had a couple guys trying to jump in. They missed, they drowned. You know.
I mean, they tried to jump to the lake.
Yeah, to the ramp. You know, because the ramp is going this way, and the vehicle is going up and down, and you got to have the perfect timing. Otherwise, it flipped.
You mean when you were going back in?
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
So that's how you lost some guys.
We lost quite a few guys. We lost more guys that way, I think, than we did any other way.
Did you? I mean, did it? I guess if you couldn't go in to save them, they weren't wearing life jackets or anything.
They were wearing life jackets, but they couldn't. The sea was so rough, and they disappeared. Like you couldn't find them. It was, you know, just.
Hi. Wow. So then you. But the actual engagement though, you were on the ground, so you didn't.
Once we got inshore, well, first of all, we had a hell of a time getting up there because that was that black sand. On the, if you're on the shores, the sands of Iwo Jima.
Right.
Well, they were wicked, man. They're volcanic sand, and you step in them and you'd go up to practically to your knees. So we finally got the damn guns in, and we only got a quarter of a mile inland, and we dug them in, set up for firing, and we were able to give some support. But we couldn't get in very far until the next day anyway, because the whole beach was loaded with the infantry. They were laying there trying to get, you know, crawl in, get up far enough so they could bring in other support fire. I think they messed it up a little bit. I mean, it wasn't a perfect strategy the way they did it.
Did you bring any souvenirs back, or?
Not many, no.
Yeah.
I had a flag at one time, but I gave that away. Gave away everything. Gave away my uniform, my blankets that I brought home, and everything. I didn't keep nothing. I actually was glad to get out of there, out of the Marine Corps when I got discharged. I hate to say it, but I never came to these reunions for 50 years. You know, So one day, some guy called me, a friend of mine, wanted me to come, so I came. But first of all, I feel, you know, they had a lot of glory with the Iwo Jima if you were there and all that, and I didn't feel like I earned any of that glory. But the guys, the way they put it is, you know, you were there, you did your job, that's what they sent you there for, and it wasn't my fault that I didn't get killed.
Well, I think everybody's happy to have you. You know, anybody who was there. I mean, people who, you know, it was the, you know, whatever the luck of the draw. Yeah.
They are appreciative. At the 50th anniversary of the Iwo Jima landing, I bought a license plate. I'm from Michigan, and it was a personalized plate. It was Iwo Jima. So there's seven letters, and I put that on my vehicle, and you'd be surprised the number of people that would honk wave to you, you know, kind of
Quarters for dollar
that
bills?
year because it was the 50th
You want to
anniversary.
need quarters?
Wow, that's great. That's really great. Would you like a copy of this?
What are you recording?
I'm just doing this for. I'm just doing it because I'm interested in.
Oh yeah, it would be nice.
Yeah. What's your name? Harold Nowak. Harold.
Yeah, I had this correct. They had the wrong spelling on there.
Harold Nowak. What's
Right.
your address?